Here I am, back in Texas. What's going on, folks? It's D. White, founder of JustBlackThoughts.com, and I'm just one black male educator giving you my thoughts. Here I sit in my childhood room. I'm in my mother's house. I'm here for Christmas break, the holidays, and there's something about going to old places, old spaces, and sometimes seeing familiar and old faces that makes you reflect and think about how much you've grown and where you would like to go. I wish I could do an old school show and tell with you and show you all the trinkets and all the things I have that kind of represent me. And maybe I will. Maybe we'll do a show and tell story time series. But I'm curious, when you go back home, wherever home may be, if it's a physical place, spiritual place, what comes up for you? For me, I think about growth. I think about maturation. I think about groundedness. And I think about gratitude. You know, there's a picture of my grandmother in one of the rooms, and every time I walk in the room, when I come back home, I say hello, grandma, and I greet her and I say hi. You know, my grandmother's been passed for years now, but there's something about being in the space and seeing for pictures and seeing old, newspaper cuttings, pictures, all the things. You know, if I was a scrapbook person, you know what I mean. There's something that is really humbling, and so I'm curious for you, educator out there. When you go back home, what is something that you gravitate towards and what comes up for you emotionally, socially, mentally when you see familiar things, familiar places, familiar spaces? Yeah, leave a comment down below. And you're probably wondering, why does that matter to me as a teacher? Is it a personal thing? Is it a professional blog? What is it? Well, I just think about, how do you create a sense of home for your young people? Because sometimes they go to spaces and they leave school and home is scattered, disjointed, or non-existent, unfortunately. And I was so grateful enough to have spaces that felt like home, whether it was the basketball court with my coaches, whether that was my physical home. Things were pretty stable as a child. And I know not everyone's afforded that same luxury of having stability at home. So when I come back home, I just think, I'm looking around at the old pictures. I'm looking at my diplomas now. I wish I could show you. I can't. And I just think to myself, well, what can I do to make a space feel like home? Because it's not so much solely, sometimes it's about the physical space. It's a multiple of things. It's physical space, social space, emotional space, mental space. And sometimes it's tangible, sometimes it's intangible. But you as an educator and as a person, when you look back, what places felt like home for you? And what made it feel like home for you? For some of us, home didn't come till our 20s, our 30s, our 40s. For some of us, home was from day one. And so I'm curious for you, educator out there, when you go back home, what is something that you gravitate towards and what comes up for you emotionally, socially, mentally when you see familiar things, familiar places, familiar spaces? Yeah, leave a comment down below. And so I'm wondering, how do you inspire and affirm a sense of home in your classroom? Is it the music? Is it the fruit snacks? Is it the smile at the door? Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Peace. Hey, it's D. White, founder of JustBlackThoughts.com. If you haven't done so, hit subscribe on YouTube. Follow me at The Other English Teacher on Instagram and YouTube. Peace.